How's it going? Oh, I can hear myself. That's good. Let's get in the stream manager. I'm going good. How are you, 13? Oh, dang it. Dumb. This is stupid. Who came up with this? Oh no. I have to get the stupid disc version. No, I need the disc of the first game. Wait, is it? It's a small button that ejected. I always get confused. Okay, wait. This case is broken. What the fuck? What happened? This is what I get for buying second-hand games from eBay. Okay. Disc. They don't have this problem on the Switch because for the Switch for this time around I went all digital. Come on, guys! I have to press the button to open the game now that it's. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting stream because I don't really have anything lined up for the end of this game. This will probably be the last time I stream this game because, well, there's not much left to do. I have a couple ideas for what I should do next, but I don't know which one I'm actually going to go with. I was saying last time, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be good because I'll have a week to think up and prepare what I'm going to do next. But I don't know.
Is he, I tell you, the Crown Prince of Sunbury?
What did I need to do? So I think I need to think of like what it is I'm gonna finish up.
Still alive, are ya? Going
Because I
persuading
know
me
that there's a
down?
handful of like
Finished,
I know
are
that
ya?
there's a handful of like thingies, like quests to do back in Haven. But I think I'll also go for the remaining Orchestrium roles. And also, there's some stuff to forge in Haven as well, so... Oh, dang it. Oh, I didn't go into Clive's house and see the bits and bobs I've gathered. There was also something about, like, some trial or something with the Arid Stone, but I don't know. Reading table. Oh yeah, we already read this one last time. It might not have saved my progress, I suppose. There it is, the Haven signboard. So I don't know how to get the last thing here. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I assume it's what I get if I complete the quest in Haven. But I don't know.
Praise be to the heavens.
I wonder what the NPCs say
I
here.
ever had high hopes for you lot, but there's no arguing with how things have turned out. Still not sure we're ready to throw open our gates to any old outsider who happens to come traipsing by. But I'm I'm glad the tributary took a risk on you.
Nice.
It looks like most of the Elder's blessings survived the storm.
Well, that's a relief. Half of last week's crop got blown to who knows where.
Well, there you go. What, the chicken guy's gone?
Just look at the state of these plants. It's gonna be a long winter.
Hmm?
The leaves may have been damaged by the storm, but the roots are deep. They'll survive, as will we.
See, that's the thing with plants, is that you get rid of the leaves and then the plant just still survives anyway. And look at the birds. There they go.
Hervé is to be held in the watermill while we await his judgment.
Oh yeah, I've already
Pray that the village will take pity.
I've already heard that one. So do I speak to Shula first or Delina? I'm gonna go with Delina because I feel like Shula's
My
gonna
lord.
be.
Might I have a moment of your time?
Yeah.
I would beg of you a service.
I feel like
Certainly.
Shula's gonna be like the
What is it?
main side quest.
It's a long story. But before we get to that, would I be right in thinking Lady Shula told you about the witch from the north?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we did.
She said that your ancestors found her here, and that it was she who taught them the spell to stop time.
Yeah.
She was like Wallius, you know. A dominant. The Warden of Ice.
My great-grandmother suspected as much. She cared for the poor woman when the end was near. And it was she whose duty became to attend her grave. A duty that was
Oh,
passed down.
are we
to me.
gonna help with the
I
grave
see.
stuff?
And the service you would beg of me?
Well, until recently, the path to the grave had long been blocked by a fallen tree. But when our woodsmen finally found time to move it, we quickly realized it might have been better had they not. On trying to clear the rest of the path, you see, we discovered that a flock of bloodthirsty beasts had claimed the cliffs beyond.
Oh yeah.
None of us was a match for them. But you, my lord, have proven your strength many times over. Would you drive them away for us?
Yeah, sure. Let's
Of
do it.
course.
Let's do it.
I'll see the path is made safe.
Thank you, my lord. The grave is in a place called Witch Drop. To reach it, one must turn left at the Winged Wains, then follow the path around to the right, deep into the forest.
Okay.
Why so far from Haven?
It was where she lived. When our ancestors first came to Mysidia, they found her there, in an old abandoned village. And it was her heartfelt wish to return there in death.
Oh, okay.
So when she passed away, my great-grandmother had a stone erected for her on the cliffs overlooking the place she once called
Yeah.
home.
How thoughtful.
So we're gonna visit
Okay.
an abandoned
No time like the
village.
present.
Wonderful.
Left at the ships, then round to the right, you said.
Just so.
Mm.
Thank you once again, my lord. I will join you at the grave anon.
Okay.
And then I dreamed I saw the sea reach up to the heavens.
You weren't dreaming, Dewdrop. We all saw it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. sorry for letting everyone die like a bunch of times.
What about the walls?
Unless Leviathan decides to pay us another visit, I reckon they'll hold.
I don't know. Like, this house looks pretty, like it's in pretty rough shape. Yeah, no, this house will hold up, and it's got like, it's covered in vines and looks like it's, and all the tiles are dodgy, and it looks like it's about to fall over.
A storm for the ages, that was. The wind carried off half me bloomin' timber. Just flung it across the forest like a stack of toothpicks.
I'm just glad it didn't carry us.
Makes me glad we don't get that severe weather here where I live.
You might have a white chocobo, but have you ever seen a silver one?
No.
They have them in the north, apparently. They were flighty creatures, though, and the old northerners never managed to tame them. Oh, what I wouldn't give to try.
A silver chocobo that can fly? Huh?
Where was the can you saw flickering again?
Usually it's the black
Over by the
chocobo
fish
that
pool.
can fly.
Aye, that's the one. Would you mind taking a look at it?
It'd be our pleasure.
And you also have to sing the song with the in it whenever you do.
I heard the tributary can fell an ibex from 100 paces.
And you could too if you put your mind to it. The blessing of the real flows.
I'm getting used to to the buttons on my thing again. I haven't streamed all week because I've kind of not been feeling up to it really. Like, I was gonna do it on Thursday, but I was feeling really down on Thursday.
So the storm has finally passed.
Am I not held, Nan? You see?
And then I was thinking of doing it on Friday, but I completely zoned on it. I was like,
This is all we have.
I just kind of got home and was like, yep, no, I'm done. And then I was like, well, I could go and stream at like 10 o'clock, but then I'd end up streaming at 10 o'clock this morning as well. And although I kind of want to do it a bit more if I can, because it makes it easier to get through the games quicker and spin the wheel quicker. But on Thursday, I was just not having any of it. Let's see. So the thing I'm worried about is... Oh, wait, I can sell my valuables. Whoa, look at that! That's almost enough to buy the orchestrion roll I want. So let's take a look-see. Let's get this up to 3,000. I don't even need that much. I only need like 1,000. I probably should, like...
Hey, we can use that.
Not spend too much on stuff that isn't, like, potions and stuff. And it'll probably take a couple thousand to replenish
May
my
it serve you well.
items.
Here you are. May it serve you well. Here you are.
And then if I go back here... I'm not gonna sell the shit I just bought. As fun as that would be. We need about 4,000 for this one.
Hey, we can use that.
There we go. That should be enough to buy the orchestrion roll.
Well, if you're sure you need it.
I'm sure they need the money more than I do.
I'll be here.
If I'm honest, the balance for money
Friend,
in this game has been incredibly tight. Like,
Hey, mister!
I find myself with only just enough money to get by in this game.
Where was the can you saw flickering again?
It's not too bad, but I kind of wish that the game would just be more generous with the money.
After witnessing that little fit of Leviathans, I can see why my ancestors were quick to turn to the witch's magics.
Mm-hmm.
Had you not been here to calm the beast, we'd all be sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah. It might have happened, like, several times because I failed the boss fight too many times. Oh, no, that's not the right button. I'm so used to it being circled to get the
Run like the wind.
to ride the boar in Near Replicant. Make sure I pick up stuff along the way so that I hopefully end up with more things I can like sell and stuff. I'm not going to be as apprehensive about selling things. Oh geez, I've gone the wrong way. I should have just traveled to the obelisk here. It's been interesting, like, the DLC kind of feels like it's just like another area on the map. And I kind of like that because making it just like another area on the map, it kind of expands the game, like the base game. I think that's kind of what they were going for, was just like, let's put like an extra endgame area in the on the map, and I think they've done a reasonably good job with it. The thing that worries me the most is the pacing.
Hungry, Toggle.
You know what? I might fight some of them. How do we get
Straight home now.
I might fight some of them because I kind of need the money and items and stuff. See, I normally don't worry about fighting the monsters. Ow! What the? I normally don't worry about fighting the monsters because the amount of gil that you get from them is, to be frank, woeful. It's like 20 gil for a fight, and I spend like in order to get like a single potion, it's like 200 gil. I have to fight 10 fights. It's just easier for me to grab shit along the way. But I do fear for the pacing of the game, because the game already had like a quest dump at the, like, once you unlocked Origin.
Here's our welcoming party.
What's the one I wanted? Tsunami? That's it. There we go. Goodbye. Oh, angry grips. And this thing is like, ah, dang it. I hate how long Dancing Steel takes to, like, happen. Like, watch this. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I do feel for the pacing of the game with the quest dump at the end there. Like, I feel like they should have made it so that you had to I feel like they should have like staggered it a bit, you know, made it so that you had to do some stuff before the DLC, or how do I use MZ2 again? There we go. Okay, so this guy is kind of formidable. Not too heavy, not too difficult, I think. I think we can handle the angry grips. Charge the Abyssal Tear whilst I'm after him. Tsunami's ready. But yeah, no, like the game really kind of emphasizes you doing like quests and stuff like that in order so it's kind of difficult to talk and also do the game at the same time sometimes. the game really emphasizes you doing quests rather than like grinding for money and stuff like that. And I think that's a good thing. But sometimes games take it a bit too far. And when there's not enough quests to get you the money for the things you need, it can be a problem.
Where's the grave?
Because, like, then you have to rely on grinding on enemies that don't give you a whole lot of money, which can be a problem. And I've noticed that some people are kind of upset about how they don't get enough rewards from the quests in this game. And I think a lot of them just aren't selling shit. Because, like, selling shit has been my main method of earning money in this game. I'd be like, oh yeah, I got all these gubbins, like, I might as well sell them. Ah, oh wow, look at this. Whoa. Oh my goodness. The waterfall? Wait, why is there still, like, a thing up there? I thought we got rid of the thing. Maybe it's for their glamour. Oh wow, there's, like, monsters down there. Are we gonna go down there eventually? Like, oh, the sunken ruins. I see. We might not have been able to access that before. What's this? Inaccessible. We've still got a fair way to go with this DLC. Maybe I won't have to worry about a different game this time. No. I don't want to do that. Inspect. Y'all.
This must be it.
My lord. Thank you for making the path safe again.
It's got a few more lines than that, but it just kind of looked like it said, oh, you say?
Yes. Hardly the most fitting tribute for a dominant, is it? A rough-hewn stone with naught but a given name engraved on it. But my ancestors had only been here a matter of weeks when she passed. Every day was a struggle to survive. They had neither the time nor the energy to devote to a more elaborate memorial.
Well then, why not
Yet
just
they spared
remake
what they could
it?
to grant her wish, that even in death she might continue to watch over her home.
She lived down there then? In the ruins?
That's right.
Yeah.
They were once the living quarters for those who served up in the temple. When the Northern Thanes sent her here to weave her spell, this was where she and her retinue stayed. There were priests, handmaidens, and a knight sworn to shield her from harm.
Oh, wow.
Of course, they were all gone by the time my ancestors arrived, fled or dead in the Western Wars.
All except Isay, who remained till the end. Alone.
Yeah.
Indeed. At least, that is the story as it's been handed down in Haven. But there is an epilogue to the tale. One known only to Lady Shula and myself.
Oh, something happened?
Some years after Isay's passing,
Things
my
happened?
grandmother came here to tend the grave and found a stranger kneeling before it.
Oh,
A
wow.
knight, dressed head
The
to toe in
knight
plate.
survived? That's cool.
She asked of him who he was and whence he had come, but received no answer. The only words he spoke were, "Tell me true, whose grave is this?" So she told him of how her people had met and cared for Isay, and how she had died. His only reaction was to stare up at the air of hours in silence. Then he left, never to be seen again.
Oh no.
You said he was wearing plate.
Was he the
Was it
timekeeper?
black and gold?
Do you know something of him?
When we went up to the Air of Hours to unravel the spell, We were set upon by a shade in the shape of a knight in full plate. It manifested in front of the Vare, and in its ether, I felt Shiva.
Wow, that's cool.
You think this may have been the same man my great-grandmother met? Issei's knight?
So it was just a guy. It was just like a, yup, I'm going up there.
Intent on protecting her creation.
Or perhaps her spirit. What remained of her ether, preserved in the Vare.
Does that mean we just killed a regular guy?
Enraveled in her spell. Frozen in an eternal vigil.
I thought it was like some kind of like
ended it.
apparition or something that she'd
if the
summoned
shade you fought was Issei's knight, then ending it was the greatest gift you could have given him. Now he can return to the sea, to be with his lady once more.
They're talking about shades. Now I'm even more confused.
Should ever return here to visit her grave, I shall ask his name, that I might carve it in the stone next to hers.
I wasn't expecting this to be so similar to the Replicant.
Once and for all.
Once and for all. I wonder if you can, like, translate the amount of things. Oh, the silver penny. Oh, I can sell it. Okay. See, the thing that always got me about...
Thank you, my lord, for reuniting them.
So the thing that always gets me about, oh, I can't chocobo here? Okay. The thing that always gets me about, like,
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Yeah, but I want Ambrosia. How about here? Yes! Okay.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Wait a minute, I can just teleport, can't I? I'm a silly Billy. I don't think I need to, like, I don't think I need to do the stuff, right? I think that's it for that quest. So I can probably just pick up a new quest. But the what was I saying? So, like, one thing that always gets me about games that have, like, crafting and synthesis and stuff like that in them is that they always give you all these, like, crazy items, and you're never sure whether or not the item is something that's just valuable and you're just supposed to sell it, or if because it's valuable it's going to be a really important crafting thing later. Because it's like, oh yeah, the rarer the thing is, the more money you get for it, right? But the thing is, I would never sell anything because, like, what happens if I need to use it for crafting later? And so that, if you ask me, it was a flawed system to begin with. But then you throw in the fact that game devs started to clue onto this. They were like, wait a minute, you know, like, what's going on here? This doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they selling things and all of that sort of stuff? And so what they decided to do now was they decided to, instead of making it so that there's items, so that it just gives you all these random items and you might be able to sell them if they're not useful. They instead decided to make it so that they have these little tags here that says used in crafting, or sometimes it'll say valuable, it can be traded for gil, and it basically just marks the things that you can sell that you won't ever need to use in crafting, and the other stuff you can just kind of keep. The problem with that is they oftentimes have so many things that you just sit there going like through it all and then being like, oh, using crafting, oh, this one's valuable and stuff like that. So this game's solution to that is to just have a button that does it for you. And you might be able to piece together what I'm coming at here with this. Why? Why do we have to have the valuable items when we can just... Why can't the game just give us gil? Why do I have to get given an item that is marked as valuable and that I should sell it, and then have to go into this thing and then press a button to sell it all? When the game could just give me gil for whatever it is in the first place. Like, it does... But then, on top of that, some games, this game is an example of this, some games will give you, like, excess to what you need for, like, crafting and stuff like that. Like, here I've got, like, oh yeah, I got, like, 117... briar clam shells, or I've got 545 sharp fangs and stuff like that. I don't really need that many for crafting. I've never needed that many for crafting. Most of these things I probably don't actually need for the rest of the game. But I want to hold on to them in case I do need them for crafting. But the game gives me so much of this particular set of crafting items, that it makes no sense to not sell them, because I can get a few thousand for them, every time I sell, even just like 100 or 200 or something like that, you know, and I still have plenty enough for it. So we're back to the drawing board. We're back to the part where it's like, well, I don't know if I should sell these or not, because they're used in crafting and they're good for selling at the same time. So it's like they keep trying. They keep trying to make this fucking system work.
Then I bid you good tide.
They keep trying to make crafting and like synthesis and stuff like that work, and there are very few games I've seen where this kind of like forging gear system is actually worth it. So I need... So there are some things I haven't crafted. The Tomberry knife is probably the only one I care about. See, this is where I start to be like, I don't know if I really want to make some of these. Like, I don't know that I really want to go through the effort of I don't know that I really want to go through the effort of making making all of these things. The thing that does confuse me is the way that they've mentioned aqueous membrane, which is like a hunt. And my question is, did they make a new hunt for this DLC? Because
a good tide to you.
Because if I like unlock a hunt, then I want to like do it. So I don't know that I go so far as to like collect every like craftable thing. But I do want to
You wouldn't happen to
get
have
through
some
the
time on your
quests.
hands, would you, Clive? Only I was wondering if you might help me with something else.
Don't tell me. Another unruly dominant.
Not quite, but a dangerous foe nonetheless.
Tomberry.
It promises to be quite a hunt. Care to join
Are
me?
we gonna have a hunt? Is this gonna be a hunt? Oh,
Right.
7,500
Tell me
bucks.
about our quarry.
A fiendish, cold-blooded beast known as a Givra. Normally, we
Givra?
leave such animals well alone, and for good reason.
Eh.
But I have an even better reason to want its tongue.
Its tongue.
Tongue?
If you'll permit me, tributary, I can explain.
Oh, some random person
Certainly,
can
Yamina.
explain, sure.
It's been over a week since my sister gave birth to her first child,
Yeah.
yet she still isn't back on her feet. We've tried everything to restore her spirits. Physics and nostrums, the laying on of hands and of leeches. But all to no avail.
Leeches?
The healers tell me there's only one hope left. A broth as potent as its ingredients are perilous to procure.
Yeah. Okay.
It isn't only Yamila's sister who stands to benefit from this, by the way. There's her baby to think of, and Walias, too. She'd agreed to be his wet nurse, you see.
Ah, I
I'd be
see.
glad to help.
Thank you. Our hunters have no shortage of skill, but this task calls for more than that. And it won't be achieved through weight of numbers either. The Givra is as wary a foe as it is a deadly one.
Oh,
2
no.
hunters might catch it unawares, but any more than that, and it would pick up our scent a league away.
Then it is decided. The 2 of you will go, while Jill and I occupy ourselves here.
Perhaps we might help prepare the broth. That would be most kind of you.
Come then, Clive.
I
River
don't.
of time
I
flows
feel
fast,
like as
and
if
so must
Jill
we.
wasn't serious with that
There's a Givra that
suggestion.
has claimed the ruins at the foot of the mountain as its hunting ground. But as I say, they are wary creatures. We'll need suitable bait to draw it out.
Okay.
The flesh of a forest ibex should suffice.
To the forest then.
Let's go. Let's do quest. Nice and
There's
easy.
nothing a Givra loves more than a fat haunch of ibex.
There speaks the voice of experience. Do you hunt often?
Since I was a girl, my father would take me. Then after he returned to the sea, Yamila's father.
Ah.
Our families have always been close. Even if her sister wasn't Walias's wet nurse, I couldn't stand by and watch her suffer.
I see. Is that all that's left to say? Because I'm gonna teleport. Teleporting is a good idea for... Dang it, I always get turned around at this bloody junction. It's over here. I'm not really in the mood for fighting these things. I'm really not. There's not much point. It really isn't. Unless... So one thing that I do think about is experience. Oh, well, I got experience anyway. Oh, and apparently I've got a bunch of ability points I haven't fucking used. Yeah, I already did that. What the fuck? I should probably make use of Ultima, shouldn't I? Voice of God. You know what? That is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with I really like having the Flames of Rebirth, but I don't necessarily need the Phoenix Shift. So if I master Flames of Rebirth, I can use it. Oh, and I've already mastered these ones. So Crosswell and Deluge I don't really use that much. So I might just put Tsunami and Abyssal Tear on... Whoops. Yeah, no, Tsunami and Abyssal Tear on Leviathan, and then I can swap this out for some of these Ultima ones. So let's take a look, see. What does Ultima have? Ultima has Ascension. And because I've taken off Crosswell, I can reset Crosswell for the extra points. And Deluge. Because I don't really use those a lot. I really don't. And so that gives me 12,000 ability points for this. So Voice of God, rise and call forth from the heavens a ray of pure aether to scorch the land. Draw in smaller enemies, then overwhelm them with a singular eruption of magic force. I'm going to go for these extra ones. Let's upgrade this one. So, I can power up Ascension. I can power up this one. And I can still power up this one. But I can't master that one. Is there anything I actually have equipped that I could master? Nope. What the fuck? Diamond Dust? Why do I have that? Whoa, okay, that's... Okay, so I'm going to master Dancing Steel because that just gives me extra stuff with it. And I can still master this one. I don't know why I had so much on Diamond Dust there. That was weird. But anywho, so now I've mastered those extra things, I can go Voice of God, and well, actually, what I might do is I might put Flames of Rebirth on Odin here, so that I can keep these two on the same move, because I've kind of split them up, and that was the thing. Prismarine Studios, hey mate, just stopping by, gonna do some gel ball with a friend in a bit. I hope you have a great stream. Oh, thank you, Prismarine. I didn't even know you could, like, I had things you could do with the CRTs just yet. I hadn't really set it up. I just put the icon there. And I was like, I couldn't think of what to put for, like, rewards, and I was really overwhelmed by it at the time. I just got an affiliate, and I didn't know what to do. It was so much. Twitch basically just like, oh yeah, do all of these things. I wanted there to be some, but yeah, I just haven't had the time to sit down and actually make it. Most of these are just like the default ones. But it did highlight the message at the very least, so that's good. Thank you. Thanks, Prismarine. I hope you have a good day. This way. So yeah, now it makes it a bit easier to see what I can do, because it's like, oh yeah, you know what, my brain is going to really fuck around with having Flames of Rebirth on square instead of triangle. So I'm going to put Dancing Steel on square instead. Because I've been using triangle for this, like, the entire game. So if I don't immediately get a headshot, I'm sure you'll be fine. I don't even know what gel ball is. Oh, I got some money and some hides. That's kind of what we were here to do, right? So in order to save one person, we've just murdered a bunch of creatures. Okay, it might save a few people and a few important people.
and to the clouds rise again.
Oh, okay. Kind of like paintball, but with gel. See, the thing is, we don't even get airsoft here. Airsoft is like considered like a weapon or something, and
Next,
so
we'll pay a
it's
visit
like
to the
not.
Dark Gate to pick some local weed.
So you can't
to help
actually get
disguise our
airsoft
scent.
here. It's like part of the gun ban is they were like, yeah, nah, people get hurt by airsoft, so there was a lengthy debate as to whether or not paintballs were should be banned, and thankfully they decided against it, and they were like, yeah, nah, it's just paintballs, it's fine, you know. And I feel like common sense prevailed there. I feel like that there was no need to go really crazy with the gun laws. Yeah, so that was the thing with the paintballs that we had, was that the paintballs were biodegradable, so it didn't matter. Like you just shot them and you could see some of them around the place that had like been there that had like eroded away, and it was cool. It was nice when shit's
There should be a sprig or two
biodegradable.
of local weed growing somewhere around here. Look for the golden leaves.
Okay. Wait, so this is like... Well, those look like golden leaves, but I want the item first. Give me the items. Yeah. I've noticed that, yeah, it does depend on which part of the country you're in. I forget if... Like, I think there was one place that did end up banning paintball, but I think they ended up repealing it or something. I forget,
Aye,
but...
that's the stuff. Crush the leaves between your fingertips and rub them on your clothes.
Okay.
If you insist.
The I am glad that they do have the laws though. Like,
You could have warned me about the smell.
Like corruption, isn't it? We'll have an honor guard of flies before long.
because
It'll stop the Gavra
I
from
don't
noticing
think I
us.
could deal
Its
with
nose will tell it we're nothing but a feast
with
for
going to
worms.
school with a bulletproof backpacks. I'm sorry.
I feel so much better.
That just seems ridiculous
You
to
can
me.
wash it off afterwards. If there's one good thing about the Gavra choosing the ruins for its hunting ground, it's that there's plenty of fresh
Yeah, I
water
hope you have a
nearby.
good time. I had and I hope you have a good time, Prismarine. I always had all kinds of problems with paintball because bulletproof backpacks are a thing. I have some friends I know over in America who were like complaining that they had to spend like $200 on a kid's backpack, and I was like, what? I was like, it's a kid's backpack. You can get them for like $20, and they were like, no, it has to be bulletproof. And I was like, what do you mean bulletproof? Like, see, that's the point where I'm just like, okay, that seems a bit far-fetched to me. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. But I always had problems with paintball. If I'm honest, I don't know what the solution is. I'm not a very, like, sometimes things seem like the solution and then they don't end up being the solution. Like the whole thing with the like cobras or whatever it is in, like, I think it was in like India or something, where they tried to get I mean, yeah, having a bulletproof backpack would be pretty cool, but like, it's too much. But yeah, they had that like cobra law thing that ended up causing problems because people would just breed cobras and then bring them in for the reward or whatever. Like, sometimes you need to think about the solution beforehand, and when they cottoned on, they decided not to give people money for the cobras, so the people breeding the cobras just let them out into the wild or whatever. And then there was more cobras, and it ended up backfiring drastically on them. But America's, I don't know how America's laws and politics
Beavers are creatures
work.
of habit. Look for some sign of its passing. It's sure to return to the same place sooner or later.
Okay. Oh yeah, the Great Emu War, which was basically just them saying, there's too many emus, let's shoot, here's a bunch of ammo, go shoot them, and then it turns out that didn't work. Okay, let's use this. How does this work? Okay, so it's got a big charge time. Oh, and I have to aim it. It seems to do a sizable chunk of damage. Oh wow, it's still going. Yeah, well, it turns out that emus are very good at not getting shot. It takes a fair few bullets to get them down, and but they also run really fast, and they split up, and they know how to scramble and stuff like that. So every time they'd attack a group of them, they would all scatter in different directions, and then they'd only ever be able to chase down one of them, and it was and even if they were able to shoot the damn things, like if they were able to get off enough bullets to hit them, it would oftentimes not kill them because they're pretty strong. Like they can take a bullet. Imagine getting beaten by emus.
But I assume they're too small to belong to a Givra.
You're right. They're barely big enough to belong to a Givra's breakfast.
They're the tank of the bird world. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of the people who are saying like, I wouldn't have gotten beaten by emus, like haven't actually ever encountered an emu before. Like, and when you're like two guys, I think it was like one or two people, like this Great Emu War was waged by like one person with a mountain of bullets. It was the most uncoordinated bullshit ever. And like, if I'm honest, it was a terrible plan to begin with. Like, what are they gonna do? Just fucking send someone out to shoot these things? It's got a machine gun, that'll be enough. Oh. Ah, thanks 13 for gift to sub.
But not a Givras. The wounds are too clean, too small.
Yeah. "13, you're like the master at gifting subs, I swear. Is it? Are you one of these suspiciously wealthy furries I've heard about?" The whole suspiciously wealthy furry thing is annoying because like I don't really have like a lot of disposable income at the moment, but I do have like the house and the mortgage and the car and everything, so I do have a significant chunk of money. It's just it's all preoccupied with shit like the house. It's actually why I've got the PS5 as well, because I bought the PS5 before I bought the house. Just wait until I figure out how to connect my debit card for Twitch. I should like ask for a raise and stuff like that at work. Right now I am like right now I'm struggling to like keep my head above water with the mortgage because like the cost of living has just gone up, and when I bought the house my budget for like things was like, yeah, this should be enough, but I wasn't expecting fast food meals and stuff like that. Well, fast food meals is like it's not the thriftiest way to do it, but it's a good example of how the price has gone up. Fast food meals used to be like $15 a meal, and now it's like $30 a meal, and it's actually kind of ridiculous. Ooh, claw marks.
Marking his territory.
Something was. A curl, maybe.
So, also part of the reason why I mentioned fast food is because fast food kind of works out better for if you're a single person in a house, because you can get really really cheap food by going to a grocery store and buying ingredients and like cooking it and stuff like that. The problem is, ooh, I got Will of the Water. You can go to increases deluge by 10%. Actually, speaking of which, can I don't think I've got anything that I care to use aside from what I've got now, because I've got the Abyssal Tear. So with groceries, you can get really good value for money by buying the ingredients. The problem with that, though, is that the ingredients, you spend money on the ingredients for food, and the recipes serve like 4 or 5 people, you know, like a bunch of servings and stuff like that. And the problem with that is that the ingredients go bad. like the food will go bad if you don't eat it quickly enough. And it ends up actually kind of being worse than just like finding a good deal with fast food and then just ordering for one. Hash browns cost actual money now. So the thing is, like, so I had this problem where I go to the store and I get a really good deal on diced chicken breast, and it's like, oh yeah, I get like a kilo for like $8, and I'm like, oh, that's great, except half a kilo of chicken breast will feed me for like 4 days. Most fast food makes you go, oh, well, fast food it depends on where you go and what you get, you know, like, here there's a fair few, like, relatively healthy options when it comes to fast food. Like, we get a lot of food from a lot of different, like, cultures and stuff like that here, so, oh wow, that's a big paw print.
These look like a predator's tracks.
Yeah.
You can clearly make out the claws.
But not just any claws. These belong to a Givra. There's no mistaking them. We'll lay the bait here.
Let's hope our friend is hungry.
But the Oh, apparently the ad's starting soon, sorry. I timed this really bad. Sorry about that, I didn't mean it.
Still no sign.
No
Patience, Clive.
signs?
Hunting's not something you can rush.
Yeah, you have to sit there and wait for a really, really,
these
really
beasts
long
before?
time.
Once. Gavers are fast, so the job called for a bearer. But even with my knack, it was a close-run thing.
Not many leaders would take such risks for their people.
So if they're fast, does that
Says the
mean I
man who
should
battled
cast
an
slow on
icon
it?
to save a boy he barely knew.
Yeah.
It is the way of the moats of water to use what gifts we've been given for the good of all. And I gather it's your way too.
Don't have to worry about food too much yet. Where I live, you need at least like $1 million to buy a house. I still live with my parents.
He fought for his people.
There's food, I just go with it. Yeah. I do not bemoan anyone who still lives with their parents at this point.
Me?
I don't currently have $1 million sitting around here.
Desperation.
So my situation was very
Something's coming.
unexpected. So basically what happened was my grandmother passed away, and that was really sad. I'm not happy about that because, well, I love my grandma a whole lot, but in her will she gave me $100,000 under the condition that I used it to buy a house, which I was flabbergasted. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I had no idea we even had this much money. And so yeah, that just kind of landed in my lap, and it's been crazy. Like, I wasn't expecting to have a house this young. I was expecting to spend another 10 years renting at least before I even had enough to buy a house. But it's been good and bad. It's had its ups and its downs, to be honest. Like, okay, so what does this do? Okay, so that's quite the amount of damage that did. But yeah, like, that being said, if I had the option, I would, if I had the option, I'd trade that money for my grandma back. I'll tell you how much. I really miss her, like, a lot. Like, dang it, I shouldn't have gotten into talked about this whilst I was fighting a thing. She was wonderful. She was like, she used to like, she used to say some of the nicest things, and it was really like, so she had so English was her second language, so she couldn't speak the language all too good, but she used to just come up and be like, and say some of the most wonderful things, like she would come by and be like, oh yeah, you're my big manager, and stuff like that, and all of this sort of stuff, like one thing that she said to my sister when my sister told her that she was pregnant was I forget exactly what it was, but it was like, you lovely, you happy, you my princess, sort of thing, and stuff like that. And oh, it was so good. Like, I really do miss having her around. Like she was the kind of grandma who would always cook way too much food as well. Like, she would come by and she would, like, every time we visit, she would insist that we have soup. It was wonderful. It was always, oh, that was quite the camera angle. It would be like, ah, you hungry? I have soup. And it's like, no, Barker, we've already had something to eat. And she's like, ah, nonsense, you have soup. You say something like, are you hungry? And I'm like, nah, Grandma, I'm not hungry at the moment. And she'd be like, you don't love me. She always used to tell us stories about like going to the club and stuff like that, and how and all of the weird and wonderful characters she'd encounter there and stuff like that. Like, it was one of those things that, you know, like, it was just always nice to visit. And yeah, so near the end she did have more issues with her health and stuff like that. And because she just kind of had, like, the older she got, the more difficult it was to do things like get exercise and do stuff around the house and things like that. And they had a really big house that was really difficult to maintain. So it was kind of like, one of these things that the closer we got to the end, the more it was like, the more it was heartbreaking the visit to be like, to come by and be like, you know, what are we gonna do? You know, like, we know, like, it's difficult when you know that it's coming, like, and yeah, and all of that sort of stuff. So I don't know, but we did love her very much, and I do.
You weren't exaggerating when you said they were dangerous.
She was the kind of person who I assume is up in heaven bossing people around right now.
And with this one's passing, the river of life has calmed.
Well, we did get the thing we were after. I ended up not focusing too much on this one.
Torrent, son of storms, may your spirit run free in the open ocean. But
yeah, no, so the thing is, so afterwards I ended up getting the money for the deposit on the house.
Down upon us this day, and our river flow in spate once
more. That was both a blessing and a curse at the same time, because I was not prepared for like the home loan stuff. I'm very much not a real estate person.
To the village. We must get this turned to your miller before it spoils.
But the thing about it is that the mortgage works out better financially. It's a financially responsible decision. It works out better for a lot of reasons. It's the mortgage. So the thing is, at the time, rent was. Oh, I should use the fast travel. Yeah. The rent ends up technically being cheaper than sorry, the mortgage, so the rent was cheaper, but in the long run it's not. So I'm paying about the same amount for my house every fortnight, but on the mortgage, but when I was renting, the rent would go up. It would usually go up by like about $10 every so often and stuff like that. And now looking at houses like the house I've got now, the rent is ridiculous. It's way more than I was paying when I was just renting. And on top of that, it's nice being able to make my own repairs in my house. But it also means that I have to foot the bill for my own repairs. So like, my repairs happen quickly, but they happen out of my own pocket, which can be very difficult to deal with. Like, the water heater died the other week, and I had to repair it by myself with my own money.
Tributary, my lord.
But at least it got
all proceed
fixed. It
as
got
planned?
fixed within like the week.
It did.
Because I was like, well, no one else is going to do it.
Done, as promised.
Give her a tongue.
Oh, thank you. I shall add it to the broth at once. By your leave, tributary.
If there is anything else that we can do to help, you need only ask.
No, no. You've already done more for my family than I can ever repay.
Just as you have, Clive, for my family.
Yeah, I can
only regret that I have
understand.
nothing to offer you in return but my gratitude.
And probably like $7,500.
I'm no less grateful to you.
For what?
For welcoming my friends and I into your midst.
To be honest,
showing us how your people live. For reminding me that the world we strive to create, where bearers can live alongside their fellow men in peace and comfort, is no mere fantasy.
I'd hardly call it comfort. Every day is a struggle. Though we do at least struggle together, it's true.
As must we all. I only ask that you remember the cost of using your gifts as a bearer.
Yeah, because
I
the
know
curse
that
happened.
you feel it's your duty to do whatever you can to help your people.
Hmm.
But you have a child to think about now. And Wallis has lost enough.
I shall bear that in mind.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. Oh, and if there is anything else that we can do to help, well, you know.
Thank you. Truly.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to hear what the end of the quest is saying. But yeah, no. Reflection of Darkness. Increasing Zenitsuken area of effect whilst allowing for execution of the ability at any time regardless of recovery status. That might be useful. But yeah, no, where I'm at, most people are starting to move away because no one can buy a house. They can only rent, and rent goes up so fast. Yeah, no, like, and it's kind of why I don't like real estate, to be honest. Only people who can live here are rich tourists. There's literally no houses under $1 million. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And you have to go fairly far out to farmland to actually afford something. Well, inflation is inflation. It sucks. Oh well, I guess we should just not think. If I'm honest, not thinking about it is what fucking caused the mess in the first place. But so the thing about it is, I ended up buying my house at a really good time. I got it for about $615K. But most people are starting to move to more remote areas because it's too expensive to buy a house. And rent is getting more expensive, and it's leaving people with... And the thing about rent getting more expensive is rent is getting more expensive because landlords can't afford to... thought America was a lot of the problem. Well, to be honest, here in Australia, we have this whole last thing about real estate. It basically, there's a lot of tax breaks for people with real estate and all of that sort of stuff. But what happens is you get landlords that are like average people who are just trying to make their money. They basically buy the house thinking that they're going to be able to make money off the house. They end up not being able to make as big a margin as they expect. So when the cost of living goes up for them, they have to do something about it. They rise up the cost of living of the cost of the rent on their properties and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of landlords end up doing it. Is they end up being like, well, we can't afford the cost of living prices either. But what they don't quite understand is by increasing the rent, they're increasing the cost of living, which is causing people to fucking to need to get raises. In order to get raises, people are increasing the price of their stuff, and because the price of their stuff is getting increased, the landlords can't afford to pay for it, and then they need to raise their rent. and all of this sort of stuff, inflation, is and so it goes around in circles, and you need to do things to stop it. One of the things that Australia did back in 2008 during the global financial crisis was to simply just give people money. They gave people a bunch of money one time, and what that ended up doing was giving people enough money to buy the things that they need, so that they didn't need to ask for a raise. If they don't need to ask for a raise, then the employers don't need to raise their prices. If the employers don't need to raise their prices, people don't need to spend as much, so that they don't need to increase the amount of rent they get and all of that sort of stuff. It was a great plan. They just gave people money, and Australia was the only place that didn't get hit by the global financial crisis in 2008. I wish I'd do it again. I would love it. I would love to get just a couple $1,000. And they didn't hold off. They were just kind of yeah, everyone gets some money. I wish I could have been around for that financial crisis. Well, I was around for it, but I wasn't old enough to receive the money. I was a few years too young. It was basically every adult got $1,000 or $2,000 or something like that. I forget, but I would have loved that, man. But yeah, no, but so there have been attempts to do it without just the perceived idea of giving people drug money or something like that. When you wish you invested young instead of being 7 years old, yeah, I feel that. But I ended up actually buying a house at a really good time, because when I bought the house, the interest rate was really low, and it was right at the start of the housing boom sort of thing. So basically, in the time period that I was looking for the houses that I was looking for went from 500,000 to 600,000, which really put the pressure on me and stressed me out a whole bunch, because I was looking at houses that were 500,000, and then before I knew it, it was, I was 520, 540, 560, 570, and I was like, oh my god. So I ended up securing a place for 615. 615 was very close to the limit of how much I could buy. And the reason why I went with a place that was 516 was because the place was already in really good condition. It was a really nice place with a lot of the stuff that I wanted already installed. So I was just like, yep, done. And I actually offered them less than 615, but they counter offered. And I was like, yep, nope, I'm done. I'm done with buying a house. I don't want to buy a house ever again. Yeah, I should let you get going, Prismarine. Have a good thing at Gel Ball. I'll catch you later. But anyway, I might as well continue this conversation to the rest of the people watching. I should also like actually pick up a quest.
My friend, I have news.
Hello.
I think I might have found a way to break Talor's curse.
Oh, cool.
Go on.
Well, after listening to the village elders and scouring every likely-looking tome in the library...
Every likely-looking tome.
Tombries are the same little green menaces we know and loathe. Apparently, a chosen few live to incredible ages and grow to many times the size of their counterparts.
Yeah.
The folktales hold that it's the very eldest of these, the Tombury Kings.
The Tombury King! Yay!
And that their magics bind their victims to them, that they might continue to feed on their pain.
So if we slay the one that cast the curse, the feeding will cease.
But that was
the
my
Tombury
thinking.
King.
Yes. Though I doubt it'll be easy. These kings are not just bigger, they're stronger too. And if the tales are true, their followers will defend them to the death.
Yeah.
It's a perilous proposition, in short. But it may also be Talor's only hope.
Good old Tombury King. I don't even get money for it.
Even if killing this king doesn't break the curse, Mysidia will be a safer place for its removal.
Thank you.
See, Clive is our errand boy.
Find it.
That, alas, I do not know. It must have woven the curse at the altar in Father's Fell, but as to where it is now...
It's in the area that was marked off.
You were the one asking about Tonberries, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a whole bloody army of them out on the cloak.
What?
Oh, wow.
But why would they stray so far? And why now?
There's only one way to find out. I'll head up the mountain and see what's going on.
Oh, you heading off 13?
Right. Thank you. And please, be careful.
If so, have a good night. If not, I think Prismarine was just going to a thing. I'm not sure. Context can make things even more confusing than without sometimes. Oh jeez, that's a lot of Tomberries.
They're almost at the gate, but they won't be coming any closer.
Slay the enemies. I hate that they called them Tomberry Creepers, because creepers are also a menace to society. I done it. I did it with one attack. This is the way of the true JRPG. Beat the boss in one attack.
I should buy Hayden some time at least.
Clive, are you all right?
Are you all right, Clive?
Fine. We've taken care
I
of
beat them in one attack. These Tomberries.
The tides.
It looks as though they've gone the
Talor, he took a sudden turn for the worse just after you left.
What? Is he?
No, he's hanging on. I fear the Tombury King may have begun the cursing ritual again. In earnest this time.
Okay.
I can't imagine their being here as a coincidence. I think it might be happening on this very mountain.
If it is, it won't be for long. Get back to Talor. I'm going up.
Yeah, let's go. Let's beat the Tomberry King. But yeah, no, like, so with the house, I ended up buying it at a really good time. But the problem, but like it feels like for every everything that was good about the house, there was also something that was bad about it. For example, there was a lot more fees.
I crave an audience with your king.
How about this one? So like there was things like there's extra utility bills, there was extra there was things like rates, there was so I didn't have to deal with it, but there was also body corporate that you have to pay if you get like a townhouse or something. Thankfully I managed to get away with not having a townhouse. And okay, so Ultimate Demise takes less time to charge, does plenty of damage. That's a kind of spell I like to have around. The rest of the stuff is all like chargy stuff. Like Abyssal Tear I have to charge. But yeah, things like rates, things like land tax, things like mortgage insurance and all of that sort of stuff all had to be sorted. And not gonna lie, it was kind of bullshit. There were some things that I got to avoid, like because it's my first time, I got to avoid stamp duty. And thankfully, I managed to get away with a plan that only cost $1 for the mortgage insurance. That was not where I was facing. Dang it! But it is fucking expensive to buy a house, even though I got it during a time where the house was, like, compared to now, it's cheap. Like, cause the houses like mine are closer to $1 million than they are to $500,000 now. But it's so fucking ridiculous. Like, they need to do something about it, to be honest. Like, like at this rate, no one's going to be able to afford a house anymore, and people are going to find alternatives. They're going to do things like just fucking just like move out into rural areas, or do things like do more private shit where they avoid a lot of these things like stamp duty and stuff like that. And paying lawyers as well, that was another thing I had to fucking do. Like, I had to pay for conveyancing, and it was so crazy. Like, and what, so that I can have a house to live in, and then just like no fucking money to do anything else. It was ridiculous. I can't believe it. I'm so glad that I bought the PS5 when I did, because I bought the PS5 very shortly before buying the house, when I still had disposable income, and the PS5 has been a fucking godsend, because I cannot afford to get any, like, I can't afford to get, like, a new PC or nothing. I can't afford to get other systems at the moment. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the PS5 has just been like, yep, this is where I do my gaming now. Like, my computer that I'm running on right now is composed of parts that I've had for like over a decade now, or almost. Well, actually, no, it's less than a decade, because what happened was I ended up replacing a bunch of parts when a friend of mine gave me some pieces, but basically just been grabbing bits and pieces from
no sign of the king.
all kinds of different places, like secondhand stuff and things that people don't want anymore and stuff like that. And that's how my computer's been keeping alive this long.
There's dozens of them. The king must be close.
But oh well, I'm hoping that the issues with like finances and stuff like that don't last forever. I'm looking at like historical events, and they don't last forever. They usually don't. They usually even out, even though we've got different technology and stuff like that. I expect we're gonna find solutions and all this sort of stuff. We're not just gonna. There's limits to how far it can spiral out of control. Like, I've got optimism that things won't end up getting too bad. I don't think they're gonna just like get better and actually be good anytime soon. But I get the feeling that things are gonna level out eventually, and we're gonna actually be able to like live our lives again soon, hopefully.
Looks like that's the last of them. Out here, anyway.
If not, I just kind of want to
dark
see how
places.
ridiculous it gets. I've heard a lot of people being like, "Oh yeah, this economic stuff is gonna be the end of us. Oh, and we're all gonna, the whole thing's gonna collapse." And I'm like, well, if it collapses, then I want to watch. I'm gonna sit here with popcorn. I'm going. I mean, what else am I gonna fucking do? Just like, no, the economy's too bad. I'm just gonna nope out of here, and I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. If things get bad, I just kind of want to be there to see it. I want to see what happens. It's interesting to see how things go sometimes. Sometimes, things get ridiculously out of control, and it's amazing to watch. It's like watching a train wreck sometimes, you know? I should probably stop talking about economics and finances and stuff and actually... Oh, okay, so I gotta... Okay, so this is where we first saw Mysidia. And now we have to go up this path that I neglected earlier. But yeah, I think I won't worry too much about the financial stuff. Focus on the game for a bit. Enjoy the game. First destination nearby.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh no. I don't like the looks of that. That looks like a chef's knife to me. That looks like a Tomberry King if ever I saw one. Hello. Oh no. Tomberry King. Dude, it doesn't... The Tomberry King doesn't even get a ranking. It has a crown? What? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, it does have a chef's knife. Look at, wait. Yeah, no, it's shaped like it. Okay, okay. We gotta be careful with this. Okay, that doesn't look good. I am just going to be extra careful. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ow. Ow. Okay. Everyone's grudge. No. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, I don't like everyone's grudge. No, not everyone's grudge. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just attack. Okay, okay, okay. Everyone's grudge is never a good thing. It just isn't. Okay, listen you. You get smacked, okay? And tsunami'd. You get laser. Laser for you. Oh wait, he's like, he teleports. Laser is not good for teleporting. No, get back here. I wasn't expecting a Tomberry that's actually fast. Like seriously, like look at this. Got the Abyssal Tear. I've got the Voice of God, I suppose. Get back here. Where are you? I don't know where you are. I can't see. But you getting hit, okay? You're getting hit. Okay, looks as though this is ready to go. Okay, okay, okay. Everyone's grudge. I do not like everyone's grudge. Let's do this. Everyone's grudge is usually a bad thing. Ah! No! I do not want to get hit by anything if I can help it. Because getting hit by the Tomberry is usually a bad thing. I'm fully expecting to like get hit by some offshoot attack or something and then just immediately perish. This laser thing was a really bad choice for this slot, not gonna lie. Well, for this fight, I should say. Where is he? There he is. Get him! Get him! Okay. Okay. Ow. Yes, I did get him. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Dodge. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, let's get to Zantetsuken 5. Oh my goodness. I shudder to think what's gonna happen when he gets low enough. No, 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 I need help. I am out of health. Oh no, I didn't think this through very well. Potion, please. Add to No, I don't do Final Fantasy XIV at all. Final Fantasy XIV is a game that has eluded me all this time. When it first came out, it was really bad. So, and I wasn't really a big person when it came to online stuff. So I just kind of skipped it. But it has changed. It has gotten a lot better, is my understanding. It is on the list, but I actually am making my way through the entries in numbered order. So I've made it all the way up to 11, and that's where I'm at now. So what my plan is to finish 11, or get to a point in 11 where I'm happy to put it down and say I've experienced the game. And then I'm going to do 12, and then I'm going to do 14, and then 15. I don't know if I will hold off on until, like, quote unquote beating Final Fantasy 14 to play 15. But I will get there. I promise you that one. Like, I feel like I was really mean to 11. And when I actually got around to playing it, it turned out to be a really good game. Like, I enjoyed it a whole lot. I can see why so many people liked 11. If you started and want any other parties, I just started. I don't have a problem with joining other parties. I do have problems with like actually sticking with any kind of schedule or anything. I just kind of play games when I feel like playing them. I know that, like, with some MMORPGs you have to, like, show up at the right time or something. I don't know. I'm bad at that. You could just seeing the game is broken right now with the new release anyway. Oh, it's broken? What? It's broken. Of course it's broken. Everything's broken. Is it because of that CrowdStrike thing? Because I love that their name is CrowdStrike, because they struck a crowd of people who were trying to get home by airplane last night. Oh, no. Listen, you don't get to do that. I get to Zentetsuken you. See? This is how you do knifing, okay? Oh, Ultimate Demise. That's a world server thing, can only join a few specific new servers. So it makes playing with anyone who already had a character virtually impossible. What? Wow. I'm surprised they do that. Okay, taking advantage of this stagger, I'll tell you that much. Come on. There we go. Oh, what? What? Haha, gotcha. He dodged. He big dodge. What am I doing? Ow, I'm hurt. Everyone's grudge. No, I don't like you. I'm going away now. Oh my goodness, I have like nothing that would help. I have to wait for my things to recharge. No, they're walking towards me. I don't like this. Okay, it's good. No! Okay. What do you want from me? How you're dead? No, you can't do this. Oh, he did that. Come on, what? He is like out of health. No, this is. Listen, you're dead. What the fuck? Oh, okay, okay. My goodness, he put up a fight. 25,000 gold, jeez. Oh, and I got the notched tangs I was after. Okay.
It's done. Which means the curse should be broken. Let's see how Talor's doing.
That, I can't believe he even had a crown. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was so I may have made that fight look easy. I am playing on easy mode, so that fight I assume is a lot more difficult in like normal mode or Final Fantasy mode. I love the.
Is it done then?
Oh.
It is. I was going to ask if there had been any change in Talor's condition, but judging by that smile on your face, I think I already know the answer.
You do? Talor, he's back.
Okay, he good. He not dead. That's the outcome I wanted.
Thank you, my lord. I can never repay you for everything you've done for me.
One of these days I'd like him to just be like, fuck you, I wanted to die.
There is one thing I'd
Yeah.
like to know, though. If you don't mind my asking. What made you seek the Tombury's help in the first place?
Yeah, why did you get cursed?
Oh, that. Well, you deserve to know. It was years ago now, back in my trading days.
Yeah.
The Sons of Greek arrested me in Oriflamme, chained me up in a lightless cell with a great sword hung over my head, ready to fall if I didn't confess.
Oh
I never said to
no.
what.
Confess!
Of course. So eventually they just let me go. And I never told a soul. Tried to forget it ever happened.
What would...
But then you came along and the sight of your sword brought it all flooding back. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't hardly breathe, and I thought that if I gave my old chain to the Tomburys, maybe they could take all that pain away. All that anger.
Oh no, that's
But it only
not
made it
good.
worse.
Oriflamme has fallen. And the men who tortured you likely fell with it.
If only I'd known, I might have spared everyone a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I'd convinced myself that you were like them. That all outsiders were the same, but you're not. Far from it.
Imagine being like, I'm going to take away the pain by talking to the Tomberries for a thing for a city that's already gone. Oh, they're talking.
Clive, there's something I need to tell you. After we parted ways on the path to the cloak, I went straight back to Talor and explained to him what you were doing on his behalf.
Yeah.
And just like that, his pain began to fade.
What do you mean? Just like that? The Tombury King would have still been alive. I had to contend with dozens of his minions before I found him.
Then, perhaps one of them warned him of your coming and he broke off his ritual.
Maybe.
Or, perhaps knowing that an outsider was fighting for him was what lifted the weight from Talor's heart.
Yeah, maybe.
I know from experience that many illnesses are not wholly physical, but of the spirit, at least in part.
Well, there's like a mental
Was there ever
component
really a
to
curse, then?
every like disease and
Or
stuff.
was Talor simply suffering from the pain of his memories and the guilt of what he'd done? For all the difference it makes. I suppose we'll never know.
I'm
Never
sure
not.
we'll find out someday.
But this much I do know. It was your strength and your selflessness.
I
that
don't know
healed
what I
us all in
said.
the end.
That I wasn't paying attention probably.
I'll be sure to tell my healer friend when I get home.
Oh yeah. The key to healing people is to tell them that you're healing. I mean, like, it's true. You don't just randomly heal people without telling them. You just like hide behind a corner in like an RPG or something, and then just randomly cast cure on people and see if they, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?" uh, surprise attack. You have been attacked by Lemon. Okay, orichalcum. Nice. I should probably check to make sure that I can craft some things. Let's take a look-see.
Yes?
Hi, hi, Bavard. Bavard. Okay, so this is a thing that I can do. This is a thing that I could do if I had Illudium. Why don't I have the thing I need for this? That's mean. I thought I had an aqueous membrane. What? Huh? Oh, I got the notched tang. Oh, so the stagger on the Tomberry knife is very big. Gotcha. And I need some Illudium. I don't think I'm going to get the... So it looks as though I can get more notched tangs, but... So I suppose that was what the hunt was. So, like... I do wonder if I can fight the...
Hey,
Tomberry again.
over here.
Hello.
Please, mister, you've got to help us. The
Yeah.
village is in danger, and if someone doesn't do something... you should have seen it.
Seen what?
Stop. Take a deep breath and tell me everything. Starting with your name.
Yeah.
Sorry. My name's Eirik. When you went up to the Erevalvers with Miss Shula, I followed you.
Oh, okay.
You could have been killed.
Lady Shula told us you lot were great warriors, so I thought I'd be alright if I stayed close like. But then I lost track of you in the woods, and that's when I saw it.
Saw what?
A great, big, dripping, drooling monster.
Oh.
Spit out great spouts of water it was, that were tearing up the ground and cutting down trees.
Spouts of water. I don't recall seeing anything like that in the forest.
Neither do I.
Well, I did, and I don't ever want to see it again. You'll get rid of it, won't you?
Nah.
All right. If this creature is as terrible as you claim, it could well pose a threat to the village. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, mister. It was over by the Swift one that I saw it. Maybe it's still there.
Then that's where I'll start my search. But this time, you're going to stay here. Understood?
I wouldn't go through those gates for 1,000 gil. Not with that thing out there. Good
But
enough.
1,000 gil? That makes it sound like a lot, but it's just 1,000 gil. It's not even enough to buy an orchestrion roll. Speaking of which, I should spend some money. Oh, one valuable. Well, better than nothing, I suppose. I am going to stock up on my potions.
Here you are. Well, if you're sure you need it.
So one thing I want to do is I want to start checking off orchestrion rolls in other areas. If I travel to Martha's Rest, I believe that's where a shop is. Yep, there's the shop. Your ad is about to start. The shop is up over here, if I recall correctly, yeah. So, do you have stuff for me to buy?
What are you after?
Okay. So this guy's all sold out. So one thing I do know is that Dravosh has some orchestrion rolls I can buy. Because I went there one time. Wait, no, not Dravosh. It's yeah, no, it's actually oh, there's one. So there's Tabor, Delamil. That's it, Delamil.
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor. He'll make a
We're on this side of town. We want to be on the other side.
How about a few spicy sausages to put in your pot, eh?
Never
They'll
forget.
warm you up no end.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're going to join the watch after all, then? The fellow who used to run this stall took to his heels right after the
Okay.
Good day, my lord.
I know you have some for sale. Ooh, there's quite a lot. That are nice and cheap.
Here
One,
you are.
two,
An excellent choice.
three.
Here you are.
See, I can buy 4 $5,000 ones, but if I buy an $8,000 one, I won't be able to buy it.
Excellent choice.
Two,
Here you are.
3. Oh no, I don't have enough to buy another one. Sorry, there isn't another one for me to sell. I don't have any valuables. Screw you. I'll show you a valuable. So if I sold like 10 of these.
Thank you kindly.
Bunch of these, maybe some more magic to ash.
Anything else I can take off your hands?
Then I can grab one more.
Anything I can interest you in?
One of these.
An excellent choice.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4
Very
here.
well.
If I go back to the hideout, let's see how many orchestrion rolls there are left to obtain. I might as well set for a new one. Oh, it sounds stormy out there. I wonder if it's, well, stormy. So let's take a look. See, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 orchestrion rolls left. Ads in progress. I'm tempted to get up and get a drink. I might do that. Sorry guys, I should have planned the the ad break a bit better. I am going to get a drink. I will be right back. Hello, I have returned. Okay. Let's take a look. So it looks like there's 15 orchestrion rolls left to get. I don't know which one to start playing though. Let's do this one. I might up the music a little bit so it's a bit easier to hear. Ah, interesting. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, dum, 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 dum. Is there anything else new on this map? No, there is not.
There's something about it.
There's something about him. I don't know what there's something about. I don't know why I walked over here. I can just teleport over here. Rivers meet? Actually, no, the rivers do not meet. I've never seen them meet before.
Is that the hunter?
Wait a minute. Sorry, I wanted the item first.
It's you. Nasser's savior.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
What's up?
What happened?
I was tracking an ibex when a great spout of water struck me square in the back.
Oh no.
Sent me flying all the way across the clearing.
No water.
Did you see what made it?
The water thingy.
Oh. All I heard was a noise. An ear-splitting din.
Din. Oh.
Might this be the culprit?
Big tortoise.
Leave him to us. You've caused enough trouble.
Hi, tortoise. Yeah, your troublemaking days are over. What the fuck? I didn't just get a close-up of Clove's chest. Okay. And then you can have this one. And then you can have this one. And then you can have this one. Ah, dang it. I screwed up. Ah, dang it. Stop that. You get lasered, okay? No, don't do that. Stop moving away. Moving away is not a good idea, okay? Hold on, I'm going to turn down the music a bit. It's gotten a lot louder than I was expecting. Yeah, no, it's like up in the yellow now. Anywho. Yeah, I can see your shenanigans. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Stop that. Hey, stop it. Let me do it. Let me do the thing. Ah, dang it, I missed. I'm gonna use this to heal. Because it'll save me some money. Ultimate demise, sure. Just in time. And then tsunami, and that should finish him off, hopefully. You lose! You lose! Oh my god. You lose! Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Hardly a threat to the village, but You can't blame the boy for being scared.
Yeah. That's what you get for scaring someone.
You made that look a lot easier than it was.
Do you think that was the beast which attacked you?
That thing? Not a chance. Would have heard it coming a league away. And the blast of water that hit me was beyond anything an Archelon can manage.
Oh, that's not the monster?
A boy from the village sent me in search of a beast that could conjure such things, but...
That doesn't
That's
sound
it.
good.
That's the noise I heard. Sounded like it came from the ruins.
I'll go. You head back to Haven and see a healer.
Yeah.
You keep your wits about you, alright? You don't want to end up like me.
Yeah, I don't want to have to stand there and hold my arm for a bit. I'm glad that I didn't spend any items now. What if I just jump down here? Okay, so I do have to go this way. I don't really feel like fighting these things. I'm more than happy to go directly for the big monster. Hello.
What do we have here?
Oh, the crabs are dead. Oh no. The crabs and another one of those things is dead.
Something's been busy.
Yeah. Someday...
Whatever this creature is, it's out for blood.
Someday the monsters are going to be like, this guy Clive, he keeps killing us. We got to do something about it.
Stay close, Torgal.
Huh?
Where
Oh.
are you?
There you are.
I feel good, boy.
Oh, there's a thingy over here I can use. Hi, thingy. I want it. Ooh, I got a thing that does the thing for the wings of light. Maybe I should use that. There's a one of these thingies. I want that. I want that. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Aquamarine. The more aquamarines I get, the better. Quest destination nearby. Okay. So before I go fighting this thing, I am going to take a look at that thing I just got. Enhancements, but okay, so that's not for Ultima, it's for Bahamut. Wings of Light, both increasing the speed at which a Mega Flare gauge fills and extending the input window for Mega Flare dodge. So I haven't really been using the Ascension like thingy. You know what, I was gonna try reworking it so that reworking it so that I would use the Mega Flare instead. But looking at it, is there anything else that I should try to level up? See, these are all things that I don't really need. So I've kind of only leveled up the stuff that I'm after. As fun as it would be to level up everything, so that's part of the problem you get with like leveling up like being able to reset what you can level up, is that you start to focus purely on the things that you're using and not getting anything extra, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. It for some people it can be annoying because they want to unlock everything. But in my case, I'm just like, it looks like in this game they just want you to unlock the things that you need, which is fine. It's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Oh, so apparently that's not where I'm supposed to go. But I want the item potion. Oh my god! Look at that! I'm nice and full of health. Oh. Oh no! What's this? Oh, it's one of these things. Thelios. Oh.
Another fragment of Walius's rage. I should have known. Time to put you to bed too.
Hey, ow. Okay, so I'm going to try this ascension thing because it can apparently be, well, useful. Interesting, okay. For one, I'm going to put on a strength potion, and I'm gonna start actually... No! What are you doing? Ow. Ow. That hurts. You're not allowed to do the things that hurt me, okay? That's just mean. Okay. You get the ray of light. This is like fucking Kefka's judgment beam or whatever it was. Ray of judgment. Might actually turn the volume down a little bit on the music there because it is rather loud. Abyss of Tear. Okay, that plan went absolutely terribly. No, you. Listen. You get this. And then you get this. And then... Ow. I'm gonna do another strength on it. Whoops. Button. Okay. Potion again. No, I'm not running away. Sea Storm, that doesn't sound good. Listen, you... Zentetsuken. And then Limit Break, because I like having health. Okay. Ah, dang it. What's going on? Water wall. No thanks. I want to not have to deal with water wall. This thing is quite formidable so far. Apparently the more I charge it, the more it gets used. Stop that. You get bopped, okay? Bopped by laser. And this one too. Okay. No, stand still for a bit. So I can do this. Ah, oh, dang it. I didn't get it, but I did? What? Dang it, that I was gonna use that to get Sentetsuken. And you ruined it for me. I can't believe you. You also got rid of my Arm of Darkness. I can't believe this. How could you do this? Listen, I am doing the Zentetsuken whether you like it or not. Might end up getting me killed, but I don't care. Ah, dang it. Come on, Dancing Steel, please. No! I missed it again. I just want Zentetsuken 5. Okay, I have plenty enough stuff. I'm just going for Zentetsuken because I'm dumb. There we go. Oh, I got 20,000 goldables for that one. Nice. And in the aqueous membranes. I can use it for crafting.
Fingers crossed that's the last of them.
Yes.
Either way, I should let Eirik know the danger is past. For now, at least.
Okay. Can I just... Yep, okay. I'll just quickly travel back.
How many times do we have to tell you? You're not to go out into the woods alone.
But I wasn't alone.
Yeah, I wasn't alone. I was just pretending to be with someone, but actually being alone.
You're back.
So? Did you find the fiend that attacked me and young Eirik here?
Yes, we did. And we murdered it. And it's done.
It won't be troubling you anymore.
Yes. I knew you'd get it.
Yeah.
Only because you warned me of its existence. Not that you should ever have learned of its existence, but all's well that ends well, I suppose.
Yeah.
What was it anyway?
A manifestation of Leviathan's power. When we
That
visited
kid's going to
Wise
be
in the
super
Surge, he
excited to
was
learn about that.
angry and afraid. The Icon summoned these creatures for his protection.
Yeah.
Though why one would be wandering the ruins of Riversmeet, I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for his mum. That's where she died, isn't it? The falls.
The Falls?
Uh-huh.
Aye. When they took her baby, she threw herself off the top.
What?
We go there once a year to pay our respects. The whole village.
Whoa.
An Eggy is a part of its master's spirit, but Wallius wouldn't have been aware of what had happened to his mother.
Yeah.
Would he?
Well, either way, you did us a favor putting that thing to rest. Us and Wallius. Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, mister.
I wonder if they're gonna ostracize Wallius when he gets older, like they did with Naruto. Be like, yeah, you kind of caused a bunch of havoc for us, and we don't even know if it's gone. The end can wait. Complete 10 Mysidian quests. Oh my goodness. Oh, only 3.5% of players earn this. Just goes to show you how many people do the DLC. Oh wow, these are all really low. Not a lot of people played this DLC. That's kinda sad. But oh well, you know.
So sorry for all the trouble I put you to. It all seems like madness now. I mean, who in their right mind would turn to the Tomberries for help?
Who indeed?
There you go.
What you want, just let me know.
Let's get all the potions we need.
Here you are. May it serve you well.
And what is the... What was the damage? How much do I have left? 18,000 gil. So that's enough to buy 2 Orchestrion rolls. So we might as well do that. Let's head over to Dalamil and buy 2 more Orchestrion rolls. I also have to keep an eye on the time.
I was right not to give up on Lubor. He'll make a wonderful man. You mark my words.
Ideally, I would like to get the quests for the DLC done today.
How about a few spicy sausages to put?
So, you're going to join the Watch after all, then?
The fellow who used to run this store took to his heels right after the fang.
Okay, let's talk to
Anything I can
you.
interest you in?
Get one of these.
Here you are.
I'm gonna get the one down the
Why,
bottom
thanks.
because it's all by itself. Now we can head back here and do some more quests. I'm only seeing one quest. And let's talk to this guy.
Reckon my steel's just as good as any.
So the Tomberry knife is now available. The Illudium belt is not, because I don't have any Illudium. Neither are the wristlets. So I suppose I'm getting a Tomberry knife. Let's equip it and see how it goes. Might be useful. So I can upgrade the Mimwu waistcloth. That's
done.
I could do it again.
Better than you.
So I can do this one.
Done.
And then this one.
Better than you.
I don't think there's anything else that I can improve.
Till next time, then.
Yeah, no.
It is
Okay.
good to have him back.
I think it's just Shula now. And there's only one area left to explore in this place. Hi, Shula.
No, has to be him.
Huh?
What has to be who? If you, don't mind my asking.
It's not your asking, I mind. It's my explaining. But I don't see any other way around it.
I see.
You see, when a baby is born here, we hold a ceremony to welcome them. The rite of immersion, we call it.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether Walius was ever afforded that courtesy. What is abundantly clear, though, is that my ancestors never welcomed him as one of us. And I want to change that. The problem is, the ceremony requires 3 ministrators. The baby's parents and a witness.
Oh no.
As tributary, the role of witness would normally fall to me. But being Walius's closest living relative, I must play the role of mother.
Okay.
So you want me to serve as witness in your stead?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
A witness must be a trusty guardian, ready to steer the child through the stormy waters of life and on to tranquility. Which is why I thought of you.
Oh no, no. Oh no. The problem with this is I know what happens to Clive.
It would be my honor.
Thank you, Clive.
So, if you will serve as mother and I as witness, who will take on the father's role?
Some random person, I don't know.
I have a younger brother.
Yeah?
He should be making
Really?
ready for the rite as we speak, though whether he is or not. Let me introduce you.
Okay.
If he's anything like his sister, I'm sure we'll get on famously.
I'll bid him come to the Witten Hall. Will you wait for us there?
Gladly.
Yeah, sure. This is the quest. The quest for the best. I don't get the money until I've done the quest, right? Right? Yeah, no. So I was about to go try to buy an orchestrion roll. I like
Clive, my brother.
Oh no, your brother
If it
has a
isn't my
low
old mate
low
Sid.
battery.
You?
Oh, it's this guy.
So you do remember me, even stripped of my cunning disguise. I'm touched.
It's
You
the
two
guy
know
from
each
the
other?
other DLC.
My friends and I crossed paths with your brother on our hunt for the dusk crystals, during which we saved his life. 3 times, was it?
3, 4, who's counting? All I know is when Shula mentioned she'd called in Sid the Outlaw to help young Walyas, I could be sure that the little rascal was in safe hands.
Yeah.
I mean, having seen you in action back at the tower, I know exactly what you're capable of.
Oh no.
So the mercenary you met in the Sage Spire, that was Clive. And
Yeah.
he saved your life. That's a rather different story from the one you told me.
Yeah.
A far likelier one at that. It would appear my family owe you twice over. Whether they admit it or not. Honestly, Fammy, would it kill you to tell the truth once in a while?
Oh, I said sorry, didn't I? How about we save the recriminations until after the ceremony, eh?
Speaking of which, what does this ceremony involve exactly?
Yeah. What are we
It's
doing?
simple, really. We each say a short prayer and anoint the child's head with holy water.
Okay.
Nothing too onerous then.
Not about the rite itself, no. But it does call for some preparation. One of the witness's responsibilities is to collect the holy water, you see. 3 phials for the 3 ministrators, each taken from a particular place.
Ah. So we're going on
Don't worry,
a
though.
water
It's not as
hunt.
if you have to go alone. I can show you the way.
I'd appreciate that.
Show me the way.
You stay here and ready the Witten Hall.
Leave it to
Show
me.
me the way to the fate of the world.
If there's anything Jill and I can do to assist you,
We'd be glad to help. Thank you both.
Nah, we don't need you. You guys are fine. You can just be here. I am a bit upset that the
All right, then.
characters.
Let's get started, shall we? There are 3 types of holy water that we must collect. The water of the mountain, of the river, and of the sea.
Okay.
We take the water of the mountain from the spring atop Maiden's March. The water of the river from the course that flows through the ruins of Riversmeet. And the water of the sea from the shallows of Tailwind Bay. Here are the files we'll be using in the ceremony. I'm ready to leave whenever you are.
Okay. So wait, no. So the thing I was going to say was I'm a bit upset that the other characters haven't played much of a part in these DLC chapters. They kind of feel like they're just here. Like I also feel as though like Clive's part in these DLC chapters is very much just like, yep, I'm here to do the things. And you guys are putting on the show and I'm just like a tourist, you know. Oh, for a second there I thought there was a thingy. Can you guys, like, can you not? Can you just not? Okay. So, I'm heading over here. Deathstalker? What if I don't like stalking death? What if I want to just pretend it doesn't exist? There we go. Done. Boy, am I glad I have 3 attacks like that.
Someone's in trouble.
Huh?
Come on.
Oh, it's this thing again. Is that those 2 lackeys?
Help? What help? Nobody's coming to help.
We're here to help.
Help, but nobody's coming to help. We're here to help. I do love that I just, like, you know, I just, like, attacked them with water and they're just fine. It's fine. Okay, this guy's, like, faster than he normally is. And he's also a higher level, so that's interesting. Yeah, he's not letting me get that off, so let's just smack him around a bit. Okay, that doesn't do a whole lot, so okay, so we've got this now, so I might as well use it. get the Abyssal Tier up and running. Ah, no, oh dang it, I was dumb. Okay, Arm of Darkness. I keep trying to pull out the Arm of Darkness. Ain't working. Oh, dang it. I was dumb. I should have been a bit more careful. New enemies approach. What? That's not good. Okay, gotcha. Have fun trying to attack a laser beam. Ah, where'd he go? Oh, I didn't see where he went. Let's get a level 5 Zentatsuken going. Let's also get a Abyssal Tier going. No! Dang it, Blaster! No!
Let's try.
Okay, I got lucky that time. This thing is formidable, I'll tell you that much. Oh no, dang it, I need to have Arm of Darkness in order for that to work. Okay, there we go. Okay. I see. So that's how this is gonna go, is it? Why is this one enemy so bloody formidable? You can have this one too. There we go. That did it. My goodness. I got $300 for that. Are you kidding me?
Is anyone hurt?
Is anyone hurt?
Oh, Sid! Thank all the clouds in the heavens you came.
Yeah.
You saved us. Again.
Would you two care to explain what you're doing up here?
Yeah.
The chief sent us to fetch incense for the ceremony. So the Witten Hall smells nice for the little Ben.
I see.
You mean to tell me you braved this den of deadly beasts for some tree sap?
You don't have to do everything he says, you know.
Or if you must, at least have the good sense to ask one of our hunters to accompany you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine. Just go back to the village before you get yourselves into any more trouble.
Right, you are. Oh, and thanks and that.
Well, there they go.
Remind me to give my brother a cuff round the ear when we get back. Right then. Let's collect this water, shall we?
Yeah, water. Fill file.
The rain that falls on the mountain emerges here in these springs.
Yeah, okay.
The source of the river. The source of life.
Precisely. Take care not to spill it.
Right. Let's save that for the ceremony.
This is the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a roll, and then I'm gonna. I don't think I can roll in this one. I jump around, get hit, and then it'll break, and then I'll have to go back and get it again. Or I can go to the extra secret place that I couldn't go to before. This will be fun. Rivers meet. Actually, I don't think they meet. I think they don't meet. Give me item. Collect the item.
We can collect the water of the river from here.
Okay.
All right.
But I want 12 bloody hides. Like, some of the things you find. Oh, well. This one was easy. I was expecting, like, another monster to fight.
The water of the river represents life.
Okay.
It is constantly moving, constantly changing.
Okay.
And though its course may twist and turn or branch into 1,000 separate streams, it always flows in the same direction, from source to sea, beginning to end.
Like time. What of Wallius then? When your ancestors froze him, did they remove him from the River of Life?
Not exactly.
Like an ice-bound pool that didn't thaw for 80 summers.
Yeah.
But now he's free to flow again, to live. And you and I shall flow with him, for we are all but drops of water in the great river of life.
I find that thought oddly reassuring.
Go on.
A drop of water might seem insignificant on its own, but as a part of a torrent, it can cleave a path through the hardest rock.
That it can.
Makes me believe we humans might just stand a chance.
Yeah.
I believe we might. Just one more file to go then.
Yeah.
Nearly done.
Let's travel to the obelisk. I'm definitely going to need the Chocobo bow here. Adamantine! What's it called? Aquamarine bean. I want the stuff that's on your head, mate. Can I please have it? Fine, if you're gonna be mean about it. No, I want the stuff that's on his head. If he just stood still, I could get it. It still keeps giving me fucking... That attack randomly gives you a close-up of fly. Extreme close-up. Ah, dang it. Now I'm gonna do this again. Stop that. Listen, you are mean. Okay, you get set on fire then. I just want the stuff that's on your back. That's it. Leave me alone. Oh wait, I did that way too early. Rumps. Okay. So, the thing about the Ray of Light is that it's cool and all, but the problem is, wait, does it give me buffs? I think it gives me buffs. I need less charge 'em ups. Like, just look at that. That's okay. The charge 'em ups are good when like they're like staggered or they can't move or whatever. But there's a lot of enemies that move a whole lot. Nope. You get this one. That's it. That's all I wanted. I just wanted the aquamarine. Okay.
Ready, go?
Big old field. Item. Hopefully there's, I wonder if there'll be more aquamarine lying around. Like just out in the field that I can get. Because that would be nice. Not having to fight a monster to get it. Ah, down this path we go.
This path leads down to the coast.
Okay.
Usually we keep this gate shut tight. But since this is a special occasion...
Yeah. Inspect the gate. You know, I like it. When I was a kid, I used to play games that would like put gates up and stuff like that. And I would always wonder, like, why can't I go here sort of thing? Like, what do I have to do to unlock this gate or whatever? And I could never figure it out.
This place can be treacherous when the waves are high. If it weren't for the holy water, no one would ever come down here.
Like,
be sure to watch my step.
Sometimes, like when I was a kid, I was really bad at figuring out what I had to do in video games sometimes. So I would just spend an inordinate amount of time not knowing how to unlock a particular area in the game or something.
Just like life, the end is not the end, only a new beginning.
Look at this. Wait, half of the thing is still like frozen. So true. Yeah, no, like I remember like playing like A Link to the Past is one that always got me stuck because I get into the Dark World and then not know what to do.
And it's a good thing they didn't land closer to the surge.
Because in that game when you get into the Dark World, you become a bunny rabbit, but you can't like do most of the things you normally do. So it severely limits what you can actually do in the Dark World. And it turns out it's not that difficult to get like the Mirror of Truth or whatever it is to like not be a bunny rabbit anymore, but I didn't know that. I'd just wander around and be like, what the fuck do I do? Games weren't that good at telling you what to do back then as well. Like nowadays it's like, oh gee, I wonder what I'm supposed to do. There's a quest destination nearby, and an exclamation mark, and a thing on the right that shows me, and there's a button that tells me to open the map that tells me exactly where I need to go. Like, Now it's kind of like it's too much. It's like, come on, guys, like let me figure some things out. That's why Morrowind was a really nice game. Morrowind didn't hold your hand at all.
The water of the sea.
It was basically like, here's how you control the game. Good luck. Didn't even give you a goal at all.
Oh, all that wave ever made me feel was pity and sorrow for the innocent life trapped inside it. The child my great-grandfather sacrificed to try to change his people's fate.
Yeah.
It was wrong. An unforgivable sin.
It was a bit of a mean thing to do.
But I often wonder, will my descendants ever forgive me for what I have done?
Huh?
As tributary, I've faced many difficult choices.
There's not much we can do about our legacy, unfortunately.
And though I've always striven to do what's best for my people, here we live in poverty, hidden away from the world. So have my choices denied them a better life, just as my ancestors denied Walyas his?
Oh no. It's difficult to know the consequences of your actions, you know?
You would not forcibly sacrifice one of your people to save the others. You do the best you can for all of them, as do I.
Sometimes
we share in their woes, just as we share in their joys.
Yeah.
The most we can do is try to bring them more of the latter.
Sometimes it's...
Aye, you're right.
There are choices that you have to make that aren't so
to bring
easy.
all of my people a better tomorrow, Walyas included.
Morrowind, Morrowind taught me that, actually.
If my time with the boy is any indication, he's going to be quite a handful.
Then we must start as we mean to go on, and give him the very best welcome we can.
One of the quests in Morrowind that really stuck with me.
To find out if my brother
really
has
stuck
made
with
the
me.
necessary preparations, or got his lackeys to do it for him.
One of the quests that really stuck with me in Morrowind, whoops, was there's a quest where you stroll down a road and you find a naked man who tries to get you to attack this lady who stole his axe or something. And basically he's like, this witch took my axe and all my clothes and stuff like that and left me for dead and all of this sort of stuff. Let's go attack her and get my stuff back. And then you go to attack her, and when you find her, she's like, he was just being a fucking yeah, me a naked match. You go to attack her, and she's like, this guy like fucking. This guy was being a creep on me and stuff like that, and was basically like, this guy was like threatening me and wouldn't, like, with the axe and stuff like that, and so the thing about it is, she's just kind of like, I'll give him his clothes back after I'll give him his clothes and his axe back after after a certain amount of time has passed. I'll give it to these people, you can collect it there. And he's just having none of that, and the choice is basically, you can either go with him and attack this lady and then get his stuff back, or you can kill him, because if you take the woman's side, then he attacks you instead. And there's no real because for one, like, he's in the freezing cold. Like, I can understand being upset and wanting your clothes back, but also, like, But also, like, he's not in the right either. Like, he shouldn't really be killing someone over this and all that sort of stuff. And it was, I spent like a solid like, I spent like way too long debating what choice I would make when it comes to this sort of thing, because it was kind of like neither of them were really doing the right thing, you know, and all of this sort of stuff, and I had to choose who died. By initiating the quest, it had to go one way or the other. There was no option. If I didn't intervene, then the guy would kill the lady on his own, and if I intervened, the guy would have attacked me until he died. Like, I looked it up, like, the game does not let you, like, just back out of that quest or anything. The only thing you could have done was to just not pick up the quest to begin with. And it, like, you can't just steal the stuff and then give it back to him. You can't, like, there's no other options. The game is like, someone has to die here and you need to make that decision, and it sucked. I hated it. And a lot of the quests are like that in Morrowind. A lot of them actually have, like, way more nuance.
I'm pleased to report that the Witten Hall has been sanctified for the ceremony. Now the only thing that can go wrong is for you to forget your lines.
Yeah.
Welcome back, brother. I hear you slew a curl.
Thanks again, eh?
Aye. If it weren't for you, the Witten Hall wouldn't smell half as nice. And we wouldn't be here to smell it.
If I'm honest, I do like it when games have more depth to their morality than just good or bad. You know, like, oftentimes I see a lot of games that are like, you either do this or you do that. And there are a few games that actually made morality matter properly. And there are fewer games that have, like, the grays in between, like, the good or the bad or whatever. Like, one example that I like to
And then I dreamed I saw the sea reach up
oh
to
yeah,
the
I've already
heavens.
had that one. So one example that I use for a good game that does, like, moral choices is Undertale. Because Undertale is kind of like, depending on the choices you make throughout the game will determine which route you go down and all of this sort of stuff. The thing about Undertale is that Undertale's main failing is that it basically has 3 routes, and those routes are like the evil route, the neutral route, and the good route, and the good route is basically just an extension of the neutral route. Don't get me wrong, Undertale is a wonderful game. I love Undertale, but Undertale takes an all or nothing approach with it. It's either you're all in or you're all good or you're all bad, right? And if you fuck up either way, you end up just on the neutral route. So the thing about that is, and as a result, Undertale kind of has a very, despite it being one of the, like, main selling points of the game, it's actually rather shallow. Now that was one of the flaws I found in Undertale. There's a lot good in Undertale as well. Like, there's a fuck ton good in Undertale. That game is really good. What pleased me was the way that they handled Deltarune instead. I just couldn't get in the story. It depends. It depends on which route you get with Undertale. Undertale, if you take the pacifist route, then it's way different from there's kind of a lot more to the game if you're nicer to the characters. And if you're mean to the characters, well, that's a whole nother story. Like, the game changes, like, on a fundamental level. It really does. But the thing is, one thing that I really liked was the way that they handled Deltarune. Was that Deltarune addressed what my biggest concern was, because Undertale really kind of judges you. It's a very judgmental game. It's like, these are the choices you made, and these are either bad or good. And the game is mean to you if you make the bad choices and stuff like that. And so it doesn't really have a lot of this is, sometimes people prefer to choose the bad choices, or there's moral gray area and stuff like that. Because in real life you will encounter people who are just dickheads, who are like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do something awful, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And that's where Deltarune comes in, is that Deltarune basically makes the same thing happen regardless of what you choose to do. Like, you do have a choice in Deltarune, but it doesn't really matter. But Deltarune has the player contend with other characters doing things that they don't agree with, or stuff like that. Like, and it actually takes a much more in-depth look at the morality of things, because, like, some characters make some shitty, bad decisions, but you can understand it, and you can, and it actually takes a look at that nuance. Takes a look at what the kinds of people who would make different decisions would do in certain situations and stuff like that. Like, and one thing that I really liked was the way that it introduces the party system. And the party system, some of your party members, or one particular party member, will go against your orders and just do their own thing, and you kind of have to work out how to stop them from hurting anyone, or at least if that's the route you're going. If you want to go pacifist, then you kind of have to sit there and be like, okay, so what do we do to prevent this character from getting their way, even though they're on our team? And that was really cool, and I really like that in Deltarune. I love that they took my core issue with Undertale and addressed it, and decided to spin it in a different way. And that was really nice. There are very few games that kind of look at the nuances of this sort of thing.
Is everything else in place? All ready to go.
But anywho,
Told you you could count on me.
morality is a very interesting thing in games, and there are very few games that do it right. Morrowind does it right. Morrowind had a lot of situations where I was just kind of like thinking about my actions, like what I did, and I just kind of had to deal with it. Hello. This kid's like, eh.
My friends, we are gathered here today to welcome this child into our community by the rite of immersion, as has been
I thought that there was only supposed to be 3 people here.
As tributary, I would normally perform the rite with the child's parents, But Walius's mother and father returned to the sea long ago. So I and my brother Famiel shall serve as his family, while the one who returned him to us shall bear witness in my stead. Clive, if you would step forward.
Hey, yeah, this guy Clive, he's a good person to be around. Dang it, now that every time I hear something like he's a good person or he's a good guy or something like that, I think of Lupin the Third. Lupin is a nice man. He uses water. Yeah. That song was so
like
silly.
The rain that falls on the mountains tall, are we born?
Like the river that flows through the valleys below, do we live.
We got a whole ass vial just for that one drop. Clive's gonna fumble and just pour the entire thing on the
boundless
baby.
sea, where the currents run free, do we die, and to the clouds then rise again.
Oh man. The thing is, it's just so heartbreaking knowing what happens to Clive.
The circle of water
So
is the circle of life. And today, from the heavens falls rain anew. This child, Walius, now joins our stream, and he shall flow with us from the mountains to the sea.
I do give Yoshi P props for not changing the ending of the game because of DLC. I really do. Because I was worried that they would, and I think that the ending of Final Fantasy XVI is one of the better endings in the series. It's not my favorite, but it's up there.
Thank you. It means a lot to us.
I was honored to be asked, and terrified I'd miss.
Now that you're part of the family, young Walyas, my lad.
Oh, this guy.
Uncle Famiel can teach you the ways of the world.
Oh no,
He's already up to his fucking shenanigans.
Your brother's knack for self-preservation might serve him well.
You are never going to let me live that down, are you?
I'm gonna raise Walius as if he were my own.
Okay.
Teach him everything I know.
Yeah.
About life, our people, and our past. But with all the mother crystals gone, he will grow up in a world without comforts. One where we only have ourselves and each other to rely on.
Yeah.
I'd say your people are better prepared than most to survive in such a world, Shula. To thrive, indeed, under your guidance.
Only if nature continues to smile on us. If we were to lose her gifts, we'd be left with nothing at all.
Yes. But it needn't come to that. Not if we can stop the spread of the blight.
I mean,
so
like...
long as we can save a single patch of soil, we can plant the seeds for a new world.
What I love the idea of Clive going through all this effort to save this tiny little patch of soil.
Step out from behind our curtain, eh?
And then them being like, well, we tried and all we could save was this.
Thank you. We should be on our way.
Well, you be careful out there.
Aye, you steer clear of trouble now.
Likewise.
And just be like, yeah, well, I guess we'll plant one thing on it, and we'll all, and the rest of us will just die, I suppose. And just plant this tree, and it's the only tree in the entire world now because the rest of it. Quest complete. I got $10 million. First rank talisman. I knew there was more to it. I've called pennons on account of their flag-like nature. These quaint hand-woven charms are believed to represent one's journey down the river of life from the first rain to the ultimate return to the sea. Every Mysidian receives dozens of the talismans at their rite of immersion with hopes that their journey is as long as it is calm. Water of the river represents life, and through its course we may twist. And through its course, though its course may twist and turn, it always flows in the same direction. Yeah.
I think we must be the first outsiders to have witnessed that rite in over a century.
Wallius has been waiting for it for nearly as long. He seemed pleased to be finally rejoining the family.
All we have to do is save that family. To change our river's course.
Yeah, well, I think that's about it for the DLC. That was quite a bit of DLC, to be honest. Like, not gonna lie, that was a fair amount.
Yes.
Let's see. So I've got enough aquamarine for one of these. I don't know that I'll put much effort into getting the remaining stuff. Because as fun as it is, I don't even know what this Illudium stuff is. FF16 Illudium. How to get Illudium. Illudium and Flawless Illudium are materials in FF16. More specifically, yeah. Players who are looking to get their hands on Illudium turn their attention to the Kairos Gate game mode. For the uninitiated, that mode becomes available upon beating Leviathan, and it's accessed from the Arete Stone. Yeah. Once players have access to it, they must focus on working through its circles. Blah. No thanks. Not doing it. I'm just not. It's basically trying to get me to play its boss rush mode, and what, so that I can check a thing off a list? Like, come on, no, I'm not doing it. It's too much. It's too much effort. This is where I draw the line. That's my 7% of the game. I'm not. Sorry, 3% of the game. I'm not doing.
I knew I was right not to give up on.
But yeah, no, like I find it interesting the way that different people approach different like pieces of media and stuff like that. Like to me, Undertale was a really important game because because it felt like a new. It felt like it revived the JRPG for me. Up until that point, the JRPG kind of felt like it lost its way and it was kind of dodgy, and I just wasn't really feeling a lot of the games that were coming out at that time, and
An excellent choice.
a lot of the stuff had moved into like online games and really kind of a lot of really complicated systems that had way too much to sort out, and the stories were becoming like just like really kind of half-assed, long-winded, not very thought-provoking or interesting stories, you know, and stuff like that. And Undertale came along and was like, we're gonna focus on the story, we're gonna focus on the characters, we're going to do a lot of the cool ass set pieces and meta narrative stuff that you used to see in older JRPGs, but just doesn't happen anymore. Like it felt like as if somebody who had played the games that I loved when I was a kid had come by and decided to make their own, you know, and the fact that it was like incredibly popular was really nice. Oh yeah, I should. Oh, I don't have any valuables. Ah, dang it. Well, I'm gonna sell a bunch of like some of this stuff so that I can get that last orchestrion roll. That's my plan. Is I'm gonna sell a bunch of shit and get the orchestrion rolls, and if it's not enough money, then well, I suppose I'll just have to not.
Go with Gilbert.
It probably won't be enough money, to be honest. I'm kind of happy with the game as it is. I'm kind of happy to leave the game like just kind of I'm happy to kind of just get the orchestrion rolls and sell whatever it is I need,
Welcome.
and then call it done. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 11 of them. So that game really, it was just really, the game hooked me really well, and for me, I just loved a lot about what it did, and I tell people all the time, it's a wonderful game and you should play it and all of this sort of stuff. And I have had people come back to me and be like, I don't see what's so special about it. And it kind of breaks my heart sometimes. I'm like, really? Sometimes I feel like the people just didn't play the game properly and I should sit down and play it with them, but a lot of people would argue that if the game requires you to quote unquote play it properly, then it's not really a good game, eh? Like, I should be able to play the game that I see fit and enjoy it for what I like. But that being said, like, some people things just go over their head, and I have seen some people do some really stupid things with games I've shown them. Like I show people Final Fantasy VI, and they get stuck at the fucking opening screen. It really annoys me, like, because the way that Final Fantasy VI works, if you've never played the game before, it plays the opening cinematic. And the problem with this is that if you watch the opening cinematic, then you have to press a button to start the game, and it just plays the opening cinematic again. So it's very difficult to know if you're just playing the demo, or if you're just watching the demo, or if you're actually playing the game. And a lot of people turn the game away at that point. They're like, no, fuck this, I'm not watching the opening cinematic again. And if you like start the game like for real, you can't skip the opening cinematic except for one part of it. But it's it's so upsetting. I'm like, come on guys, like, you really gonna turn away a game because you had a little bit of trouble with the opening cinematic? Like, and Like, I feel like some people need to be a bit more resilient, you know, like with that kind of thing. Like, they shouldn't get turned away by a game because of something superficial like that. Like, I've had people turn down Spec Ops: The Line because they didn't like the controls. And I'm like, that's part of the game. Like, that's part of the storytelling in that game, to be honest. I also got people who didn't like Shadow of the Colossus because of the controls. And I'm like, but the controls in Shadow of the Colossus are like super. Not only are they good, but they're like very like immersive. Like it kind of helps hammer down like clinging on for dear life on the Colossus or something like that. But anywho, I should purchase some of these. Let's take a look. See, I've got 22, so I can buy 4 of the $5,000 ones.
An excellent choice.
3.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to need to sell a lot more to be able to afford all of these. And I don't know that I have anything that's really worth all that much. Temporarily increases attack proficiency. I mean, like, I could just sell this and this. I wonder if I can get them back. Hold on. Berserker Ring, FF16. Wait, what? Berserker Ring actually reduces damage on precision dodge? So apparently it's broken. Get enough of it and you can purchase the ring. What? Huh. Strange. If I'm honest, I'm more inclined to just sell this shit here because it's easier to find and stuff like that. Like, if I just went, like, full on all of that, I still wouldn't earn enough. Like, I could sell a couple of these. Also, where'd the music go?
I'll be here if you need me.
The garrison said they take another 100 at me pitch box.
Huh? Is that a treasure chest I never got?
Before attacking us again.
It is. Black blood? I don't know what that is.
Do you see anything you like?
So yeah, no, if I sold like, I don't know, like 4 of these.
I doubt you'll get more than
And
that.
one
in
of
the
these,
capital.
and one of these.
Thank you.
And one of these.
That's the best I can do.
And like 4 of these.
Thank you.
I don't know, like 2 of these.
I doubt you'll get more than that in the capital.
Clouded Eye, if I sell like 10 of these.
Thank you.
I'm probably selling a bunch of shit I shouldn't. 10,000 for that.
In the capital.
We sell 100 desert roses, then we're like, I don't know, like 50 of these. It's not very much. 750 is better than nothing. But that being said, like, I do understand that not everyone's gonna like the same stories for the same reasons I do. Like, it upsets me when people don't, but it, you know, I kind of just have to deal with it. Like, not everyone's gonna like the same things.
Thank you.
Ooh. You know what? Fuck it.
That's the best I can do.
No, I'm not mad. I don't feel there's much point in getting mad at people for not liking certain things. Like, there's things I don't like.
A customer who knows what he wants. You've a keen eye.
Like, a lot of people like the movie Citizen Kane, and I didn't.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
I'm not afraid to say that I like something that other people don't, or that I hate something that other people do.
Like a customer who knows
Like,
what
I also don't like Windows XP. Lots of people like Windows XP, and they do get very upset when I tell them, no, I don't like it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm done.
Thank you.
Lots
That's the best I can
of
do.
people like the Windows XP. Like, seriously. Like, most of the people I've talked to... He likes XP, I just want to talk.
An excellent choice.
Windows XP is so
Come back again.
fucking... It is beloved by so many people, and I don't like it for a lot of reasons. I don't like it for its security issues. I don't like it for the way that the interface was built. I don't like the interface itself. I think that it's gaudy, and it looks like it is designed to be a kids program. It's like... It's like, I didn't like the way that Windows XP did not introduce a lot of the features that we thought it was going to introduce from Windows 2000. Like, I thought that Windows XP was going to introduce things like unzipping or image mounting or like or like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or any of that sort of stuff. No, those things did not come till later. I was like, at the time in Linux, you could get a 3D desktop environment that made use of GPU acceleration for that sort of thing. In Windows XP, it's all 2D, and it doesn't use GPU acceleration for the actual interface. It's just kind of like software, and then you basically open up like special windows and stuff like that in order to be able to get like the graphics going. And a lot of the things that people attribute to Windows XP for being so much better about were things that were provided by Windows 2000. Like, people are like, Windows XP is so much more stable than Windows 98. And it's like, yeah, that's because it's Windows 2000. Windows 2000 was the one with the NT kernel and all of that sort of stuff. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Windows 2000 did these things. Windows 2000 fixed all of the stability issues that Windows 98 had, because it wasn't running on top of DOS anymore, and people just completely act as if Windows 2000 never existed and that Windows XP did all these things. Except, of course, Windows XP did it with a really terrible interface, and I think a lot of people were coming off Windows ME, which, by the way, Windows ME wasn't nearly as bad as you thought it was. Windows ME is fine, it doesn't have any problems. Same goes for Windows Vista. A lot of people didn't like Windows Vista because it upped the spec requirement. And the reason why it upped the spec requirement was because it wasn't doing stupid software interface anymore. It was doing the same shit that Linux and Mac OS had been doing for like almost a decade at that point. And like, you got to keep in mind, like, in 2001, when Windows XP came out, both Linux and Mac OS were using hardware-accelerated graphics engines for their interfaces. And Windows XP was just kind of like, whatever, it's just Windows 2000 with a new coat of paint. And don't get me wrong, Windows 2000, wonderful operating system, fixed a lot of the issues that Windows 98 had, but, like, it didn't introduce any worthwhile new features, and it had a fuck ton of bloody security issues, and it was Windows, and Windows Vista introduced a lot of the features that I actually wanted, like an improved fucking so Wi-Fi was built in, and they improved the task manager, and they improved the bloody start menu and the taskbar. They actually let you have like transparent windows and stuff like that because it was graphics accelerated, like hardware accelerated interface, and then people were like, oh, my it asks me to do things, which is a thing that you can turn off, by the way, and the drivers don't work, which, by the way, was a dumb thing. It was because the driver manufacturers were using the wrong version number and all of this sort of shit, and it was so dumb. The majority of Windows XP drivers will work in Windows Vista, but I suppose it wasn't enough for people. To be fair, like, Windows Vista minimum requirements were really high at the time, and that's why a lot of people were upset, because they basically had to get a really powerful machine and not get very much performance out of it, which is part of the reason why a lot of people didn't like Vista, along with compatibility issues and UAE, user access control, UAC issues and stuff like that. And so people didn't like Vista, and so you know what Microsoft did? They basically just re-released it again a couple of years later, called it Windows 7. It's like the same thing. They just gave them a couple of years to make some drivers for Windows Vista, and so Windows 7 does make some improvements. It does have like the better start menu. I do like the new start menu that Windows 7 introduced, and I think that was the best part of Windows 7. But Windows 7 didn't really do a whole lot that Windows Vista didn't already do. And don't get me wrong, I love Windows 7. Windows 7 is one of my favorite operating systems, but not nearly as it wasn't so much a massive leap forward like people think it is. It's the same situation as XP. XP was just a shiny coat on Windows 2000, and 7 was just a shiny coat on Windows Vista, and I feel like 2000 and Vista get robbed of the credit they get for introducing new features and stuff like that. Same goes for Windows 8 as well, oddly enough. Windows 8 introduced a lot of really nice features. Windows 8 gets so much flack for no reason. It is more performant than Windows 7. It introduces USB support, it introduces image mounting, it introduced the Bluetooth stack, it introduced so many new things. Like, it introduced the new task manager, like the one with all the like resource graphs and stuff like that. Really nice, really wonderful. I love that. And oh, but the start menu is weird. Like, seriously, that was people's concern. The start menu is weird, which, by the way, like, the search in the start menu is actually way better in Windows 8. It sucks in Windows 7. Like, it is terrible in Windows 7. In Windows 8, I never had any issues searching for things in the start menu. But no, the start menu, it looks different. And you have to press a button to get it to look like it used to. Like, sometimes I do wonder. I really wonder why people make these kinds of leaps in logic. I may be stalling for time until the end of the stream. I don't know what else to do. I mean, did I get all the orchestrion roles? I was just going to swap to a different game, but there's only like 10 minutes left in the stream, so I still don't know what to pick for the next game on Saturday. Like, I could just default back to Nier, but I kind of want to play something different. I'm not sure. As far as like right now, unless there's more orchestrion roles. No, I did not say 24-hour stream. I think that's it. I think that's all of the orchestrion roles. Ah. Well, there we go. I'm pretty happy to call this one completed. Like, the only things that are left to do are things like the Arid Stone here, which if I'm honest, I'm very much not a fan of like things that are designed to test your skill like this. Like, I'm terrible at skill-based things. Like, there's a reason I play turn-based RPGs. Like, I'm not good at precisely doing inputs and stuff like that. I'm more of a button masher than anything else. I can think my way through a scenario, but I can't precision my way through it. But I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Another thing I should probably mention is that I did make a YouTube channel for storing the VODs. Because I realized that the VODs were kind of just being lost to time, and at first I didn't mind so much, but now I do have some people who would like to actually watch the streams. No. I'm not smart, I'm dumb. I do things like fucking oh yeah, I'm going to sit here and try to dodge attacks a bunch and then die from it. I could use any other strategy, but you know, I need to die from dodging. No. No, no, it's not true. It's wrong. It's big dumb. But yeah, no, but yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do for my next Saturday game. See, I could spin a wheel to figure it out, but I don't know. So right now, no, Nier's still going. The reason why is because I do a different game on Saturday because of a couple reasons. One is that I don't like playing the same game over and over and over again too much. But the other thing is, one of my the friend who recommended me Nier, did not the friend who recommended me Nier, is asleep during my Saturday stream, and they wanted to watch. So I usually only do Nier on the weekdays, and on the weekends I've been getting through this one because, well, it's kind of been on the list. But I don't know what I want to play for the next game. I'm torn up between two games at the moment, and that is Undertale Yellow and Famicom Detective Club is another one that I kind of want to do. I'm not too sure because so Famicom Detective Club has the issue in that it is expensive as fuck. It is like a $90 game, and I don't know that I want to drop that much money on it. One idea that I did have was, oh, I'll just play the original version, not the remastered localized version. Turns out, the original version, only one of the games has been translated, and it's not the first one. It's the second one. So so I was gonna play the fan translation, but there is none. So I'm sitting here contemplating, maybe I should just play the Japanese version of it. And so what I'd have to do for the Japanese version is I'd have to translate every line. So, see, the thing is, I'm trying to get better at reading Japanese, so I could just play the Japanese version and then sit there at every screen for an extraordinarily long amount of time trying to read what the thing says and then write it down and then like explain what they're trying to say. And I have a friend who said that they would be down for joining in on that. They were like, yeah, nah, I'll join in and I can do some voice acting and stuff like that. But it's a bit out of control. It's a bit too much, I think. Too much effort. It might just be better to bite the bullet and buy the game. But also, I could play Undertale Yellow, and Undertale Yellow is a game that I want to play because I've heard that it's really good, and all of that sort of stuff. Another thing I could do is I could pick another game from the wheel, which, if I'm honest, that gets a bit confusing. And also, like, I want to be able to play games that I haven't started yet. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I need more time to think. Because if I do go the needlessly long translating video games route, I don't want to bore people with that. Oh, no probs. I've only got a few minutes left. It's technically 2 o'clock already, so I don't have to wait the timeout until the 4-hour mark. Also, there's an ad looming in like 8 minutes, so I should probably wrap things up. But anyhow, I'll think about what I'm going to do. I'm sure it'll be entertaining regardless. But that's it for Final Fantasy 16. This game was good. I give it 5 stars. Wonderful game. Wonderful game. Really liked it. Like, I'm glad that Squex can still do a story. But anyway, well, thanks to everyone for joining and all that sort of stuff. I know it was I got a bit distracted a few times, but it was all good. Anywho, I will catch you later. I hope you have a good a good whatever part of the day is, wherever it is, wherever you are, and I will catch you all on the I'll catch you all probably on Monday. Monday's probably the day I'll do my next stream. If I'm bored, I might do a stream tomorrow, but I'll definitely do the Monday. But anyway, I will catch you later. Have a good day. Bye bye.